Alright, thank you once again for joining us today at Eastern News 24, where we give to you the latest news update with happening across the globe. In case if you missed it before, don't miss it now. Alright, the audio you're about to watch right now is Odogo, the commander, no Messi. Hear what you have to tell Biafra concerning new strategy and new move for the Biafra liberation. Alright, over to you, Odogo.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are around the world. I have this very late broadcast on this day. Some people are already in Saturday, 14th of March. Some people are still 13th of March, 2020. I have to quickly address some pressing issues as it concerns Biafra. I have to address this issue. It is going to be very brief. And of course, I know a lot of you are sleeping. Chigozie Annie, thank you for joining me. You people that are awake, my own Franklin Chima Okoye, thank you for joining me. Collins Eze, thank you for joining me. Sustain Baba, thank you for joining me. Even this late, you are all still awake. Ike Chukwu Emeka, thank you for joining me. Charles Harry, thank you for joining me. Emeka Patrick, thank you for joining me. I'm going to use 3 minutes, which is going to be exactly an hour. So Fatih, thank you for joining me. Rosemary, thank you for joining me. Don King, thank you for joining me. Thompson, thank you for joining me. 3 minutes I'm going to use. I think 3 minutes is even too much to call your names. Gloria, thank you for joining me this late. Uchenna, thank you for joining me. John Ifeanyi, thank you for joining me. Aku Dinobi, thank you for joining me. Hunt Bruce, thank you for joining me. Naji Dave, thank you for joining me this late. So Madina Lion, thank you for joining me. Destiny Riches, thank you for joining me. John Ifeanyi, thank you for joining me. Kenzie Kingston, thank you for joining me this late. Mega Patrick, yes, I see you. Osi Udechukwu, I see you. Tony Chukwu, I see you. We are not sleeping. Our enemies are not sleeping, and we are not sleeping. Emmanuel Opara, thank you for joining me. Udoka, thank you for joining me. Yes, I see you. Franklin, Michael, George, thank you for joining me. Chidon, Nedu, thank you for joining me. Chukwemeka, Valentine, thank you for joining me. Yes, I see you. Fred Ayogo, thank you for joining me. Eric Sonny, thank you for joining me. This is very, very late, and a lot of people are already sleeping. But this, the idea of this video, when they work tomorrow, they can share it. Stanley Mbanu, thank you for joining me. Eke, thank you for joining me. Michael Boriba, thank you for joining me. Kelvin Rueben, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Obu Valentine, thank you for joining me. Toski Ofokansi, thank you for joining me. Okolo Emeka, thank you for joining me from Helsinki. Thank you, Okolo Emeka from Helsinki, for joining me this late. I think every one of you should be sleeping. Miriam, thank you for joining me. Ekwa, thank you for joining me. Josinki White Dove, thank you for joining me. This is going to be a very important information and the analysis I'm going to give you this early morning and this late night, depending on where you are. Okafor, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Wanfia, thank you for joining me. Master Njoku, Wisdom. Sky Dawn, thank you for joining me. Wobi, thank you for joining me. Elendo, thank you for joining me. Treya, thank you for joining me. Austin Chooks, thank you for joining me. Stanley, thank you for joining me. So I'm going to before I start, I'm about to start now. Edwin, thank you for joining me. Okomon Okpaka, thank you for joining me. Ituma Michael, thank you. I see you are watching. I see also Eze Obonna Mazi Uchenna, thank you for watching. Bishop Manley, thank you for watching. Solomon Chima, thank you for watching. Emmanuel Ejekem, thank you for watching. Robert Unebu, thank you for watching me and stay with me this late. Jeff Uzo, thank you. Now, I have to start. Very briefly, this video, I'll try to make it, this live broadcast, I'll try to make it as snappy as possible. Now, I want you people to listen to this video and I'm going to address some things.
So this has been returned to the present National Assembly. Regrettably, last Thursday, the Senate passed the borrowing plan, which excluded the whole of Southeast. We'd like to use the opportunity to thank our colleagues who were at the chambers that day, especially Senator Abaribe, who made significant effort to get the matter addressed, the issue of the equity and equitable distribution. Most of us were not in chambers. I was in Lagos attending the INEC retreat on electoral reforms. Most of our colleagues were also outside the chambers. So we want to commend him for the effort he made and other colleagues who were there during the conversation. So we met as a caucus of the Southeast National Assembly last night after consulting with our people and getting their feelings regarding this issue. And we decided that the best approach would be a constructive engagement with the National Assembly leadership. So this afternoon, we had a very good conversation with both the Senate President and also the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I'm here to report that we had a meaningful discussion. They showed not just concern, but commitment to addressing these issues. And they were satisfied with those assurances. So we are believing that the matter will either be revisited or, since it has not been passed in the House, the appropriate thing will be done, and then our people's fears will be assuaged. So we'd like to thank the Senate President and the Speaker for those assurances and their commitment to the national unity and unity of this country, and also for justice.
Let me pause it before I continue. Now, anybody who knows any senator from the southeast of Nigeria, after watching this video, send this video to them. First of all, I would like to remind these senators that the Nigeria government, it is not them that should be reminding Nigeria government controlled by Fulanis that there is a zone called Southeast Zone. Where they shouldn't be the one reminding the federal government of Nigeria that there is a zone called Southeast Zone. Southeast Zone, according to them, they are the one who created it. It is not, or was not, these senators that created that zone and submitted the name to Abuja. It was the Abuja that created that name and rather submitted the name and the zone and the constituencies, including all the federal constituencies, all the constituencies in those zones. They created it in Abuja. It was not created in eastern Nigeria and then forwarded to Abuja. So, what they are doing now is uncalled for. And of course, it is uncalled for in the sense that these senators who are standing in this camera, being led by Ike Ekweremadu, should have realized that this is what we are shouting for. They should have known that what the federal government has done is they have given them the green light. It is time you leave Nigeria. You are not welcome. And this is now going contrary to what Igbos used to say. Igbo adage. Onya jolajo anaha jongwea means if you are rejected, you cannot reject yourself. So, I'm sorry for the cough. So, if the federal government of Nigeria have rejected the Igbo-speaking part of Biafra, you cannot reject yourself. And it is an insult to Igbos. It is the biggest insult to Biafrans that these senators will come and start talking this way. Instead of taking the bull by the horn, they come and start saying that was a mistake, and they are now, they have negotiated with senator, they have negotiated with Senate president, there is a mistake, and at the end of the day, they claim that it is just a proposal. What an insult coming from Ekwerimado and other senators of the Southeast. Do you need these people to start shooting you at the red chamber before you know that your days are numbered as Nigerians? The senators of the southeast of Nigeria, the Biafra land, are you waiting until they begin to kill you and assassinate you before you know you are not welcomed in Nigeria? Is that what you're waiting for? Are you waiting for the time that all of you will begin, they will begin to kill? You are even 15 in number. And let me continue this video so that you people will understand what I am saying.
Nigeria, we believe that equity should be the way for our country to make progress. So they are committed to this equitable distribution of the loan facilities. So our thinking is that what federal government presented was a borrowing plan. So since it's still a plan, so there's still opportunity for us to look at the distribution so that every part of Nigeria will have a sense, of belonging with the way the loan will be managed. Because we believe ultimately every part of Nigeria will be part and parcel of the repayment. So if we're going to be part and parcel of the repayment, it makes sense that we also benefit from the utilization of those funds. And we're concerned about
that. We already know. We already know that every part of Nigeria, at least for the meantime that the place continue to be a country, will be part of the repayment of this loan. And this is what Simon Ekpa and every Biafra agitators was shouting about. You will be the part of the repayment of the loan, whether you like it or not. And not only that you will be part of the repayment, you are going to pay almost 70 to 80% of the loan. 70 to 80% of the loan will come from the Biafrans. That is the fact. And this fact cannot be disputed because the loan will come from the oil, it will come from the revenue that are generated from the businesses in Nigeria. And who are those running those businesses? They are all Igbos. Dangote, who is the richest man in Africa, should have come out and borrowed the money to Nigeria government. Or they should begin to tax all the former head of state in Nigeria from the north who have embezzled more than Abacha. That money, they should have gotten it from Nigeria. So, now, Abaribe was the only senator available during the time of this debate, or at least the one who stood his ground. And Abaribe, like we all know, we know who he is. He is always standing not just for Biafra or for Igbo. He has always stand for the truth, and he don't look face. And these are, when you see Abaribe, you have seen a Biafra man, because that is exactly what we are made of. We are men. We have balls. We don't behave like women, and that those who, even women, are stronger. In the Western world, women are prime ministers, women are presidents, women are doing wonders. But in Africa, the president of Nigeria today said the women belong in the kitchen. But in a civilized world, women are doing wonders. And even the governors of Biafra land, of Eastern States, they are all behaving like people who never governed or who never supervised anything in primary or secondary school. But we are looking at them. So now, let me continue so that you will listen to this video and I will now make my analysis, and you will send this video to these people so that they will begin to receive sense.
Southeast, developing seaports in our area and also power projects. So we hope that by the time the matter is addressed, that some of the fears of our people would have been addressed and their own concerns would also be addressed. also extended from the clerk of National Assembly to the deputy clerk, the clerk of the Senate, clerk of the House, the DG of...
Are you listening to that? This information Ekweremadu is dishing out here is something that 90% of Nigerians don't know. This particular information he gave right now is something that 90% of Nigerians don't know. Because every Nigerian focus on the security, focus on minister, focus on judiciary. Nobody know the information Ekweremadu is dishing out here. He said that the Southeast has been marginalized in National Assembly. From the clerk to whatever position you have in National Assembly, there is no single Southeast person. And this information, 90% of Nigeria don't know it. But he leaked that information here. Continue watching.
Niels, also the chairman of and secretary of National Assembly Service Commission, the same thing with the Public Complaint Commission. Again, they showed concern and have agreed to address it as soon as vacancy occurs in all those positions. So, we had a very useful...
Did you hear that? These positions he mentioned, including the Public Complaint Commission and what have you. Did you see what he said? Did you hear that? He said they have agreed to address those things, those positions when vacancy. Hi. What an insult. They have agreed to address it when there is vacancy. And Ekweremadu is standing and saying these things. That they have agreed to address it when there is vacancy. And that vacancy may never come. When there is the vacancy. Are you people hearing that? We are talking only about generals. We are talking about CGN. We are talking about the security chiefs. We are talking about ministers. But at the National Assembly, the highest impunity and marginalization of Ndi Igbo and the southeast part of Biafra is taking place. The biggest impunity is taking place at the National Assembly. And then you will hear Ekweremadu lamenting that there are only 15 in number. There are only 15 from the southeast. And that is what, including Nnamdi Kanu, the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been shouting for ages. What are you going to do with 15 senators from the southeast? You are already caged. How do you think that 15 senators can change or affect anything that will be for the interest of the southeast part of Biafra? How? Now, continue to watch.
So my colleagues want to thank them for the understanding. I was looking forward to their commitment, which has already been expressed to us. So I want to thank you again for listening to us. Thank you. For the mission, you said they gave you assurances this time. Secondly, I said that it's a borrowing plan. So not that anyone has been borrowed. And under the Fiscal Responsibility Act, you are required to get the approval.
Another thing is that Ekweremadu focused on this borrowing plan. What is borrowing plan? The signal has been given to you. What is borrowing plan? Okay, why do they now disburse the plan and they excluded the southeast, the Igbos speaking Biafra, and you are there instead of calling it the name the way it is, saying it the way it is, you are saying it is just a plan. A plan. Once it is public, it is no longer a plan. They have executed it, and now you are fighting so that they will correct Why? And they will correct that plan. So if you claim that this is a plan, why are you now shouting? Since it is still a plan. Why are you running around and having your Southeast Senators caucus meeting? Why? Because this is only a plan. You should have waited until they finish the plan and then borrow the money and then disburse the money and start to execute the project. Then that is when you will know that it is no longer a plan. Then you can come out and start talking. So why are you talking now? If you are now calming us down or calming other people down that this is only a plan, so why are you running up and down now to make sure that they withdraw that plan and they replan again? If it is just a plan, this is not just a plan. This is a deliberate act to compel you, the senators of the Southeast, to come and start begging the North. And they got you people very well. I don't know, because a lot of you are well educated, very brainy, as we can see. You people are not behaving like Igbos. What the North did and what this presidency did is to get the attention that you are giving them now. That is exactly what they want you to do. They want you to come and start running around and start begging and lobbying, exposing you to extra work, to start lobbying for what is ordinarily and naturally your right. You do not need to lobby. You should sit in your offices and start doing something else. And the people who believe in Nigeria, in one Nigeria, will draft and disburse this loan according to the capacity and according to projects needed in all regions. But they didn't do that. They want to send a message to you that you are no longer welcome in Nigeria. And they want to subject you to come and start doing what you are doing now. Lobbying and trying to work hard to see that they address. How can you be sounding like this, senators from the Southeast? Is it like you people are actually believing that there is no motive, or that you don't know the reason why the federal government controlled by Fulani omitted you? I am beginning to, I don't understand. Because this is a deliberate act. A deliberate act to give you signal that you are no longer welcome in this country. You people should start buckling up and go your way. And what they did also is to give the other part of Biafra bribe. What they did to the South was actually a bribe. Bribery. Because how can you give South $4 billion? You give the Northwest or North Central or whatever, $6 billion. And other part of the North, $6 billion. You give Southwest $200 million or $300 million, what is it? You gave the Middle Belt, and then you come to where the oil money is coming from. You gave them $4 billion, only to try to divide the Biafra by bribing the South and say, take this chicken change. Meanwhile, the oil is coming from there and people are dying, and the land of Ogoni, the land of Ijo, the land, the sea in those places and the river has been damaged by oil spillage. And they are sharing the biggest part of the money to North. So check it now. How much did the North receive? Two regions of the North received $12 billion. $12 billion. $12 billion. Now, plus the southwest, south-south, and the middle belt. You see how much is there? It is not even half what 2 sections of the north received. Can you make the calculation? $4 billion plus $300,000 or $200,000 or $400,000, whatever it is, but at least it's about between $300,000 to $200,000. $300 million received by Southwest. Then plus it to the one received by Middle Belt. It is not up to, if in fact it is not up to 1. It is not up to 6 billion. It is not up to 6 billion. That is 3 regions. 3 regions. The Middle Belt, the Southwest, and the South-South combined is not up to one state in the north or 1 region in the north. They received 6.6 billion. And then Abaribe fought like a man, like he always do. But look at the senators. They are coming here to tell us that this is just a plan. So Ekweremadu and co should have waited until they execute it so that they will have reason to tell us what they are telling us now. Because according to him, he said this is just a plan. Now, continue watching.
National Assembly for to borrow. So that's why it is table before the People's Parliament, where every part of Nigeria is represented, to have a conversation and discussion to be sure that it can spread. That is actually the philosophy behind sending it to the National Assembly. So that's why we are using all legislative avenue to ensure that the proper thing is done. And yes, sir. Yes. Senators from the East never saw that document before the passage. And and I commended him for his effort. And also that...
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Emeka, good luck. Emma, good luck. Thank you for joining me. I call your name. Thank you for joining me. Did you hear that? They said the senators from the Southeast didn't see the document. The document was shared to every other senators from every other zone. So what we are saying here is not, it is beyond, what is happening now is beyond what these senators seems not to understand where they are. And it is time, if you are close to them, in addition to what we are talking now, let them understand they are in Nigeria where they are not welcomed. What we call in Nigeria, Koro. They say the documents were not made available to the senators from Southeast. So none of them know what was going on. And this one, Ike Ekweremadu, coming here to tell you that they were in function in INEC, Electoral Commission, whatever, retreat in Lagos, and other senators have something doing. They don't know about this document. They were all senators in the Red Chamber, but none of them have the knowledge about this document until they brought it to the floor. That was the question. Are you people hearing that? They were not aware of this document, but every other senator from Nigeria, from the north, knew about it. Is it not a clear indication and sign that it is time for Igbos to go? Is it not a clear indication and sign that it is time for Biafra to have their independence? And these people, instead of taking the opportunity that has come now, because they are tired of us, they know we have exposed them, they know we have destroyed the foundation of Nigeria, they know that we have naked Nigeria, we're naked Nigeria international community. They know that now everything about them is no more and no longer hidden. And they are not hiding it anymore. They are not hiding it. Now, continue to watch.
It's not a matter of fighting or any struggle, any exchange of words. We believe in, as I said, in critical engagement of our deputy state president, matter came in the last Senate, and it was not discussed. So our people have been, which material has shown commitment to this. So if we're not concerned, we won't be here. So this is part of the commitment of our legislators from the south, from the southeast, to matters concerning us. So I believe that every person from the south is committed to ensuring that the right thing is done. That's why we're elected to be here to represent them. Yeah.
My name is permit me to sit down at this time because of the campaign of the Senate, which all of you inside have agreed on one page. Even the southeast.
I can't remember any day 109 senators were present in a sitting. Maybe even during the day of inauguration, it never happened. We'll have our own assignments. And so if a matter comes up, I am not there, and something, a decision is taken, we have under our rules what we could do, right? So which is what we are raising now. What we could do, instead of if a decision has been taken, we can now come under our rules for the matter to be rescinded and be taken again. All you need to do is to come with a proper motion. So we understand that we've been here for a long time. And you can't be in two places at the same time. Those senators from the side who are not there, they're also on part of one national assignment or the other. So it's unfair to say, oh, they were not all there, right?
So the senators that are from the southeast, according to Ekpa, that they were in other national assignments, and they cannot be in two places at the same time, and they cannot be blamed. Listen. Did you hear that? Now, why will they send them out to some national assignment when a crucial issue of national interest is being discussed at the Red Chamber? That is the way. That is what these people, what Ekpa is not thinking. Why is it that it is only that time when a crucial issue like this that is capable of giving us Biafra in 2 months, when this kind of issue that is capable of giving us Biafra in 2 months will be discussed, that is when they have other national engagement. That is when they send Ekpa to Lagos for INEC retreat. INEC retreat. That is when they know that other people, other senators should go for one national assignment. Why didn't they wait? Why didn't they wait until the senators from the southeast, since the president of Senate, who have seen the document and see that the southeast has been sidelined and it is zero? Why didn't he, as a nationalist or a one Nigeria, and is a president of Senate, why did he not wait until the people who are from the southeast that has been sidelined in the document that is in his position, until they come? But the time they left, they sent them out on purpose, so that when they come back, they will begin to fight like they are fighting now. In their of something that is ordinarily, they should not even talk about it. Ordinarily. And they want to ridicule them. And they are ridiculing them, and they are falling for this trap that Igbos are begging for their right. Continue watching.
So if it comes up now, it has been taken. Well, that is democracy in action. So you can, the minority may have their say, but majority will have their way. Recall that in the southeast, we have only 15 senators, while others have between 18 and 21. So it's part of the issue of marginalization we'll be talking about. That was been pushing for restructuring. So even if you put all the 15 members of National Assembly from the southeast in the Senate, and you...
Now, did you hear that? He said that is why they are pushing for restructuring. If you know Ekpa, go and tell him, we are no longer interested in pushing for restructuring. What are you going to restructure? Are you going to restructure the Nigeria that will still have Boko Haram as member of parliament? Are you restructuring a Nigeria that is still going to have Boko Haram member as a general commanding 6th Division of Nigeria Army? Are you going to have a restructured Nigeria that you will have a police IG from the north commanding all 36 states? Are you going to have a restructured Nigeria that we are going to be using Nigeria passport? Or are you going to have a restructured Nigeria that you will allow the Biafran, the old Eastern region as you call it, if it is restructured, to have their own international passport? This is the questions that need to be answered before anybody will begin to talk about restructuring. We are no longer interested. It's like these people have lost touch with reality. It is time those of you who are close to them begin to talk and send our videos to them. They need to be watching it. How can you be talking about restructuring in this situation Nigeria is today? When the security system has been compromised, you have Boko Haram everywhere. You want to restructure Nigeria, and you still stay with nomadic and nomadic Fulanis. Now, continue watching.
So it's not a matter of playing to the gallery. So we are here to engage our colleagues in such a way that they'll be able to understand our conflict and our concerns and address it. Right? To get our colleagues in the Senate, the leadership of the Senate and the House that agree on accommodation of the Southeast, and the House does that, then they'll bring it back to the Senate for harmonization, because it will be different resolutions.
Did you hear that? He said that they are begging or they are appealing to their colleagues to accommodate Southeast. What an insult. This is what Ekweremadu have done or are saying is the biggest insult on Igbo and Biafras at large. You are begging a government, your colleagues, who saw the document before you. They could not notify you that is a document because they have all ganged up against all of you. All of them saw the document. They have the document, they didn't give it to you. And these are the same people you are coming now to tell that let us see how to accommodate you. So, who is your landlord? Is somebody your landlord? Are you not supposed to be a landlord in Nigeria? In Nigeria project? If you are begging for somebody to accommodate you, it means that you have accepted to be a tenant. Ekweremadu, are you thinking that Igbos are tenants in Nigeria? I don't know where you are coming from. Why are you saying that let us see how to accommodate Southeast? Who is your landlord? Who is your landlord? Ike Ekweremadu. Who is your landlord? You are supposed to be a landlord to accommodate others, and not others accommodating you. Please, you people should sit up. It has come to the point that maybe we will be spending our time talking to all of you senators. Nobody knows it all. We are not saying that we Biafra agitators knows it all, but believe me, we are 1 million miles ahead of you people. 1 million miles ahead. So sometimes when we talk, you people should listen to what we are saying and do exactly the way we are saying it. You cannot be begging and lobbying for southeast of Nigeria, part of Biafra land, to be accommodated in Nigeria. When the Nigeria government is telling you to go and have your peace and country, you are saying we are talking to our colleagues to see how they will accommodate Southeast. That is a very big insult. And this is what you are saying now is exactly what they want you people to do and say. And you are saying it. They will sit somewhere in Abuja. They will sit somewhere in Sokoto. They will sit somewhere in Jigawa and be laughing at this video. Look at them. They are begging. What is the difference between what this press statement you are giving here now and what they said, they claim that